Welcome back to the Accounting Working Group podcast. I'm your host, Stein Smith. Basically, in the blockchain crypto asset space, there's a lot of headlines that are constantly every week, every day, every hour. Sometimes it feels like. But I thought that a look back at a major event that only happened just and that I think will have pretty severe implications for the crypto asset space, both now and going forward. And so I'm talking recently completed Ethereum Merge, which only was completed on 9/22. And as of this recording, everything has gone off without any major hitches, right? Merge, during the merge, post merge, and then now about 10 days out. And so it really is interesting to analyze sort of this whole process actually happened, right? Because on the one hand, it had been quite a long way in coming, right? That it had been a goal of the community since about 2016 or so. And so it was a process very slowly, and then all of a sudden. And so covered both in the mainstream media and obviously by that always covered news in the blockchain crypto space. And it was a really big deal, I think, one engineering side. It was a very big deal, very important that it did. But two, it was also really a example of how timing can really make a huge difference. And that I'm sure as has been quite a bit of debate, controversy, sort of arguments really back and forth over the impact of blockchain, of crypto, of the whole process. And obviously, that whole debate has uh, uh, supporters on both angles of it. So that here right now, but it has been a ongoing issue, right? Sort of the carbon footprint and the overall eco impact of blockchain and so this whole shift and pivot and the whole merge at large, it was as a indication or as a real opportunity. Yours environmental groups and the broader to really sort of for one section, common goal, right? And a common outcome being hoped for to have the merge work. And so really sort of that sort of convergence of the increasing pressure on all kinds of industries, right? Crypto, airline, to be more conscious of their impact of their carbon footprint. Really, it's on the one hand, it's a very obvious headline story, but on the other hand, it is one I believe is going to have more impacts going forward, as it really could industry or a whole marketplace to have blockchain companies and to have basically come to market purely on their green on so it's really going to be interesting, I think, to watch sort of the impact of that outside of of and then also the impact of this merge of Ether, who up until now had sort of played up their proof of stake attributes as a faster, less power more future forward way of how to process transactions and to analyze how all of those sub headlines play out and ultimately overall. And also, there have been quite a bit of conversation and some moderate level of concern over how the ETH could impact both the merge itself and then the price of Ether and this post merge. And the whole sort of argument there of the miners, and I believe it was about 10% at the time, had been arguing plan to even post merge keep on supporting the Ether. And obviously, there have been forks on Ether, Bitcoin, and a whole host of other tokens out there. And traditionally played out, the forked token or of developers that are supporting the forked token do not, as the larger group of developers who embrace it. And I haven't followed it really every day since 24 to 48 hours post merge, the actual value of that by about 2/3. So it isn't off to an awesome start. Times that in some pools and in some international sort of in pools that it has gained a foothold. It has not had a huge impact on either the price of Ether itself, which has, or the overall merge process happening as planned. All of that, right? All of this coverage, of this debate, during the merge and then post-merge, it was absolutely covered quite. But it was quite interesting, right? That on the exact same day of the merge happening, and at about 2:45 a.m. East Coast, on that exact same day, SEC Chair Gary Gensler offered a commentary and some testimony where he basically that actually proof of stake crypto could and implied probably could qualify for classification as a equity item, right? The whole debate over how to classify crypto as a security has been ongoing ever since crypto became mainstream, and so it's very interesting. Immediately in the aftermath of really a paradigm shift, blockchain and how transactions are actually processed in the overall crypto asset space, of the SEC basically came out and said, well, post of all of these items now going forward might even be more probable. And so it's going to be very interesting to watch how that all plays out. No shortage of debate and conversations and arguments over of crypto, both on a GAAP point of view, tax point of view, and on how to even have them show up on a enterprise balance sheet, equity, other items like that. So it's really going to be interesting to watch conversation develops, because obviously that did create headlines out there, but it's how these arguments play out. And as always, it's always worth pointing out that in 1946. So it might be so it could upgrade at some point. Now, all of this sort of ultimately have the IRS views transactions, and then certain the awards and the whole staking ecosystem at large, right? There are debates, white papers, testimony, court cases are currently underway right now to try to either alter the existing or to have a carve out for certain staking activities in there. Merge and the pivot basically of the world's second largest to a POS model is only going to amplify the debates and ongoing conversations going forward. And so I would say probably the next half year to 12-month period to watch how all of the conversations on the eco front, on the SRS front, and also don't forget the FASB is also going to be doing hopefully some issues soon. So it's going to be quite a busy time, right, for anybody who has clients, be they individual or who are either dabbling into crypto or who are actively allocating assets to the space. And so hopefully we are going to have some more commentary out there on these issues before 2022 ends, either a webinar or some more podcasts on this issue. And so next time, and have an awesome day.